Usually, when a new Pokemon card set launches, it stays at 4 to 1 with the next highest value pack for at least a couple of days. When it comes to Rebel Clash, which just launched a few days ago when I'm opening and filming this video, it was down to 2.5 to 1 within 12 hours. That's not good. But it's not to say this is a horrible set. It's not Crimson Invasion. The set has some good cards. There's just not a lot of high value stuff. Aside from Boss's Orders and Dragapult V and Dragapult V Max, nothing is selling for more than 10 Rebel Clash packs. You look at something like Secret Rare Frostmoth and Secret Rare Scoop Up Net, those are going for about 5 to 6 packs. And Dragapult V Max is actually the most expensive card in the set right now at 24 Rebel Clash packs. Dragapult V is about 10, and the Full Art and Rainbow Rare Boss's Orders are sitting around 16 Rebel Clash. But other than that, everything sort of is lower value. There's not a lot of meta-defining cards in here, aside from obviously Boss's Orders. But when it comes to just high-value stuff, there just isn't something like Dedenne GX or Jirachi. Everything else is sort of, hey, we'll chuck in a Boss's Orders, but it's not going to be the full art. It's going to be the holo version, which is only a couple of packs. You know, with Sword and Shield base set, we had Zacian V, Secret Rare Quickball, Full Art Professor's Research, Full Art Marnie. We had a lot of cards that a lot of people with the money to spend were going to go and get. With this one, they're pretty much just going to get Boss's Orders. That's it. Scoop Up Net, I mean, if you're playing a V or a GX deck, you're not going to use it. Secret Rare Frostmoth only goes in Frostmoth decks. And Dragapult V and Dragapult V Max, you have to build a deck around them. And as I've been playing on the ladder, there's not a whole lot of people. That being said, I went and got myself 60 packs of Rebel Clash. Given everything I just said, this might seem like a bad idea. And it probably is, because I'm probably going to lose a lot of money opening these packs. However, if I pull a Full Art or even a Rainbow Rare Boss's Orders, I'll open the extra 10. I'm only planning on opening 50. I'm planning on saving the extra 10 just to do some trades because I need Melodic. But if I happen to pull a Full Art Boss's Orders, I'll open all 60. Otherwise, we're just sticking with 50. And let's see what we get with the first pack. I've already opened about 25 on this account, and the pulls have been alright. But as you can see, I'm still getting new cards even after all these packs. And there's Galarian Mr. Rime. If it was a little bit better, I would have built a deck around it, but Screen Cleaner is really only there to be support, just to stop something like Dragapult VMAX, or just really anything from spreading damage to your bench. But, I mean, with Triple Spin, yeah, I'm not building a deck around this. So you get a better card, I'll build a deck. Alright, let's see what pack number 2 has. We got more Horror Psychic Energy, that's good. Those have some value. And there's Cursula. I had to trade for these on launch day just to build that deck, and they cost quite a bit. Alright, and I'm planning on building an Electivire deck, a Magmortar deck, so any Electivire or Magmortar I get, that's good. And Ludicolo, it works with the top entry Lombre, which just puts itself on the bench if you top deck it. And this is a really good attack for closing out the game. But as it is right now, you can't really build a deck around Ludicolo. Alright, and I'm really hoping to get the baby Dragapult. Despite opening a bunch of packs, both trade locked and other, I haven't pulled the baby Dragapult yet. I want to build the deck, but they're very hard to come by and they're very expensive on the trade market. So hopefully I can pull them and it saves me a bunch of money. Alright, so far we haven't pulled anything great, but we still have a bunch of packs to go. And there's Galarian Weezing. Yeah, I opened 2 in trade lock packs, so I guess I pretty much have to build a deck now, even though it's not the best. Yes, you stop your opponent from having abilities, but you only do 4 damage counters between turns to your opponent's active. Even with Toxicroak, you're still not doing a whole lot, so you kind of need a lot of luck for something like this to work. Alright, Arcanine. Nothing too special there. Even with the Burning Scarf attached, Fire Main's just too basic of an attack. If it had just something else to it, you know, spread a little bit of damage, do a little bit extra if your Pokemon's active as a V, it'd be good. But as it is right now, 230 and dealing 130 just isn't good enough on a stage 1. And if you're watching at home, try and take bets as to what my first Ultra Rare is going to be. Oh, wow. I think that's a full art Eldegoss. That's going for quite a bit right now. And I haven't built a deck that would use this yet. I did pull an Eldegoss V in one of the trade lock packs, so I was trying to rationalize, I'd include it in a deck in one of my budget decks because technically I got it for free. But if you're looking to buy one, it's, 15 Sword and Shield packs right now, so it's quite expensive. But first Ultra Rare is Eldegoss V. I'm happy. Let's hopefully the luck continues. And it does not. Yeah, just besides that, I'm planning to build a Phalanx deck. That one is next. I just need one more to complete the deck. And then I'll be ready to go on that. I'm trying to figure out the list right now. Just because the two Phalanx, the energy costs for both don't really mix well together. So I'm just trying to figure out, does Tapu Koko work? Does Welder, Twin Energy, Counter Gain, Karate Belt? There's just a whole bunch that I have to test. And with Clefable, its ability doesn't seem that great at first, but when you pair it with something like Magmortar, which does a lot of damage if your opponent's top card of their deck is an energy, this becomes really good. This has to be in Magmortar over Chip Chip Ice Axe, I think. Just because Chip Chip Ice Axe, you only get to look at the top 3, and one of them has to be an energy. Whereas with this, you just put an energy from their active on top of their deck, guaranteeing that you basically can do 280 damage with Magmortar. I don't have the highest hopes for the Magmortar deck, but I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. And the Clefable definitely helps. Because trying to find some of these holo rares on the trade market, you're paying 4 or 5 Sword and Shield packs. And I will have a Probopass deck. That one is definitely coming up very soon because I finally figured it out and it's been going really well. And if you're wondering why sometimes this card is shown and sometimes it's not, it's because in the reverse holo slot, if it's a rare, then they'll hide it. So this will be a reverse rare. I don't know why Greedent's a rare, but if this is a rare, they won't show it. If it's a common or an uncommon, they will show it. So that's why sometimes you'll see 2 cards covered up and only 1 card covered up other times. And there we go, there's number 4. Don't need it anymore. We'll build the deck and it'll probably go poorly, but I can't wait to give it a try. Alright, so far I think we just have Eldegoss V and Phalanx. That's still pretty good. I'll take that so far. Just if we get that boss's orders. Oh, and there's a Rillaboom V. So the Ultra Rares are coming. I'm not really excited about Rillaboom V and VMAX. I'm sure I'll build the deck someday, but in terms of budget decks to kick off Rebel Clash, it's a little bit too expensive. So I'm going to wait until maybe a little later to give it a try. And Bolton, so it looks like we're back to back on the V. And just if you have an electric deck, preferably not Nuzzle. Nuzzle, I think, gets enough energy into play without Bolton. But if you're playing Pikachu and Zekrom or the Electivire deck that I'm planning to build, Bolton V is definitely something to consider. Alright, so if we get the full art boss's order, we still have 42 more packs to go. But that's another Galarian Mr. Rime, and that's not what we want. We want Dragapult, we want Melodic. Oh, and the Luxray. That's not bad. It's worth testing out just because Luxio's one of the cards that has the top entry ability. So it's worth giving a shot just with Scoop Up Net and all that, but I think it's too underpowered. And as you'll notice, this is my first training court. I'm probably 50 packs into Rebel Clash so far, and this is my first training court. Yeah, even though the set's a little bit smaller than Cosmic Eclipse or some of the Sword and Shield sets we had at the end, it still takes a long time to get some of the cards you need. So that's why trading for your singles is smarter than spending a ton of money to get your own packs. And if you haven't seen the Ice Cube video, this deck isn't great. I don't mean to spoil it, but it's not great. Stick with Darmanitan. You'll have a lot more fun. And there's a Ninetales. Nine-tailed shapeshifter's not bad, but you rely on your opponent to have a good attack to copy when you're probably just better off having your own Pokemon. So maybe we'll wait for a good VMAX and then it'll be really useful. And we're waiting for another big ultra rare. I don't think I've pulled a full art trainer other than maybe Milo. So I'm waiting. You know, there's no full art Dan. Unfortunately, they didn't give Dan a full art. Maybe that's coming in the next set because he desperately needs one. And there you go. Reverse Hollow Boss's Orders. I'd prefer the Hollow one, but I'll take it. It's my first Boss's Orders. I haven't opened a regular Hollow, a full art, a Rainbow Rare, anything. That's my first one so far. Alright. There's an Aegislash. It's fine. You know, all your Pokemon take 30 less damage. But, I mean, if you want to make a tool drop deck with memory energy, you may as well include Aegislash just to save yourself some damage. But odds are you're not going to be playing this. If you want to play tool drop, you got to be able to play lots of tools, and Aegislash takes the spot of a tool. Alright, nothing really exciting in that one. Still waiting on that Hollow Dragapult. There you go, Dragapult V. That's about 10 Rebel Clash packs right there, which equates to about 20 to 25 Sword and Shield. So, you know, if a booster box has 8 Ultra Rares in it, we're pretty much on pace right now. You know, we're 31 packs in, so if we get 2 Ultra Rares in the next 5 packs, that's a good booster box. All right, how many more? We have just a few more to go to get 2 more Ultra Rares. There's one. And I've been calling it all creamy. I think it's Alcremie. Maybe. I'll have to wait for the anime. But the Decorate attack isn't bad. The only problem is the decks that would use this the most are fire and water decks because they have the easiest way of bringing fire and water energy into your hand with Fiery Flint, Fire Crystal, the Water Bucket. But when it comes to those, they already have Welder to accelerate fire energy and Frostmoth to accelerate water energy. So Decorate would be really good in fighting decks, which really need energy, and they don't have ways to accelerate it. But how do you get the fighting energy into your hand? You know, you can use Energy Spinner and Viridian Forest and Training Court, but this is probably going to go down once you put it in the active. So you have to maximize it and get, you know, say 5 or 6 energy in your hand. And I've been trying to figure out a way to make this work, and it's not really working so far. But maybe I'll make a video where, you know, is this a bad deck and should you play it? Or can All Creamy make your bad deck good? And there you go. So that was 35 packs, 8 Ultra Rares. And the best one was Dragapult V. And I think that was our first VMAX with Inteleon. So 8 Ultra Rares in a booster box online, that's really good. Unfortunately, if you open packs online, you're not guaranteed anything. I've opened, I think, 60 packs of Forbidden Light before and didn't get a single Ultra Rare. So it all just depends on the set, on your luck. I mean, you could go 10 for 10 with hits, 0 for 10. It's all completely random. It's not like a booster box where you're guaranteed to get hits, like a booster box in real life. On here, it's completely random. You'd never know what you're going to get. All right, and we're in the final 10. If we get a boss's orders full art in these final 10, then we'll open the final 10. Otherwise, I need to get myself my low-tick V and the baby Dragapult. And I traded for Hatterene because I thought I would build a deck around it. You know, just control their hand, wait until the end of the game, use Dripping Grudge. But it's a stage 2, and it's really tough to get going. Alright, so now we're just hoping for boss's orders at this point. And maybe the Dragapult. I know I've been saying this all video, but I'm starting to think that Dragapult, I'm never going to pull it. It's a holo rare, and holo rares are not easy to come by. Malamar V. I've been seeing a lot of this on the ladder, the VMAX, which deals damage and takes a card from your hand and puts it on your deck, or on the bottom of your deck. But I think I've beaten it pretty much every time. So I probably won't be building a Malamar V deck. And a Toxtricity V. Awesome. So we have, I think, 3 left. Garbodor. We've opened quite a few of those. Alright, so 3 more. There's a nice few. 2 more. And this will probably end up being the last one. Depending on the pull, I might go for 10 more. What do you think? Is this going to be a full art boss's orders? And it's an Arcanine. Alright, well, I think we'll end the opening right there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you tomorrow, hopefully with a Lost March deck, maybe with a Rock, Paper, Scissors deck. Yes, it's as bad as it sounds.